Okay, so the days of Prohibition are long behind us. There's still a market, though, for homemade wine and beer, but you don't have to smuggle it in the wheel well of your car.
No, we are learning more and more people making it at home. We have Carol and Darcy here from Bootleggers in Brandon to tell us how this is being done. I know we only have about 4 minutes, but launch right in. I want you to tell us, how do you begin to make wine at home?
You come into our store and you can purchase the wine, which there's many selections from value wine all the way up to an estate series wine. Once you make that selection, then we can either choose what you want to brew on premise or buy your equipment and take home.
And it's as easy as getting a bucket?
Yep.
Can't be. Show us.
Yeah, talk us through this.
The crushed juice from the grapes come into this kit. They're in a vacuum sealed bag. You pour into this bucket, and basically if there's grape skins, raisins, whatever come with this, oak is stirred, brought up to the 6-gallon mark, and yeast.
You're like the TV spokesmodel here.
So there's no mashing and stomping of the grapes.
No,
it's all done with this little device
yeah,
here.
you just stir it, you bring it up to your 6-gallon mark, you pitch your yeast, you take hydrometer readings with a wine thief. This will measure the specific gravity of the product.
How long do you normally have to let it sit before you transfer it?
For fermentation, it's about 14 days.
Okay.
Now, people can, just so I'm clear, they can buy all of this to do it at home, or you will simply do the work for them and let it be done in store right there in Brandon.
There's you brew on premise, so they can come in, choose, we make it with them, and then we basically call them in 4 weeks when it's ready to be bottled.
Which I think is a great idea, because then you could be there as a tutorial for them as they step through it.
Absolutely.
Okay, so you have it in the bucket, then you transfer it to where?
Into here. We use a siphon, and it's siphoned into your glass carboy or your PET. It's a food-grade container. And at that point, you do your degassing, and it clears out. All the sediment drops to the bottom, and you basically then bottle it.
Very scientific. Carol, what's the cost on this, too? You know, it sounds like a lot of fun to be able to make and brew your own wine. Is it going to cost you more than picking up, you know, a traditional bottle of wine?
No, it's much more economical. You can make a very high-end wine, an estate series wine, for under $10 a bottle, which could cost you $70 a bottle at a store.
And you brought some samples here, so these are some of the things that were made in the store. What are they? Just give us the gamut.
We have a port. We have a limited edition red wine, which is a Malbec Shiraz. We have white wine, which we have a Riesling, and we also have a white chocolate port.
All right, Carol and Darcy here from Bootleggers. Great product here. Check them out at their store in Brandon. You can look them up on the web. For now, though, I want to head over to Bill, who actually has some experience in this. He brewed some of his own wine through you all once upon a day.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, for the wedding, back in September of last year. Good stuff. And they do a nice job. They kind of walk you through the whole process out there at Bootleggers. It takes a little longer than 4 minutes. I've got to wrap up what's going on in the tropics in less than